any man out there that's younger than the age of 30, I don't think they've felt the brutality of what it takes to survive in the world. The world it's not a nice place. Once you're out there and you're meant to stand on your own 2 feet, if you're not mentally tough, survival is not going to happen.
You're a man living in the modern world in a time when men and manhood are not what they once were. You live life on your own terms. You're self-sufficient. You think for yourself and you march to the beat of your own drum. When life knocks you down, you get back up because in your gut, you know that's what men do. You're a badass and a warrior. And on the days when you forget, we are here to remind you who you really are.
Welcome to Sovereign Man Podcast, where we aim to make men masculine again. I'm your man, Nicky Billou. I'm here with my man, Rob Arpa. What's up, Arps?
Not much, brother. How are things with you, brother?
Good. So,
yeah,
we
excited to be on another podcast. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, we got to do these more often. So we want to talk today about forging mental toughness, lessons from the strongest of the strong, people like elite athletes and special forces people, and how a man can apply this to his own life so he can win. I think it's a good topic, Art, because most men are very interested in winning, in succeeding at a higher level, right? You and I are interested in winning and succeeding at a higher level. It's an important topic.
Yeah, I can agree with you there to an extent, but honestly, like with the last speaker we had in our sovereign circle there,
yeah,
I tend to think that not every man is looking to be as successful as you and I might drive to be, and I think he's right. But with that being said,
he said success for most men is a preference, right?
It's not a necessity. Yeah.
So
and not a
necessity. But most men are at the very least interested in learning about how to become successful. And the ones for whom it's a necessity are going to learn about how to forge mental toughness.
Yeah. And I think any man out there that's living out there that might be younger than the age of 30, I don't think they've really felt the brutality of what it takes to survive in the world, right? And the world it's not a nice place, as much as we all like to tell each other, like, once you're out there and you're meant to stand on your own 2 feet, you start to take a few licks, and if you're not mentally tough, survival is not going to happen, which is unfortunate, right? Yeah. Like here in the West, like sure we have different social programs that help us when things get a little too hard, but at the end of the day, that's only going to last for so long. And it's kind of funny we picked this topic because I was actually looking at some of my own stuff with my business, because my business has business for us is a bell curve when it comes to expenses, but it's kind of flatline when it comes to income. So we're just getting over the hump of that bell curve, and we're managing it. It's a stressful point in time for us here. As we start to collect funds to pay for all those expenses we incurred, and a lot of shit that's already been paid out. It's a tough time, and a lot of what's the stat is like 9 out of 10 businesses fail. And it's not most of the time it's not due to money. It's just people just don't have the discipline or the toughness to see it through.
So I got here a copy of David Goggins' book, Never Finished, right? And this is one of the mentally toughest motherfuckers that ever lived, right? And
David Goggins is a psycho.
He is fucking wild, okay? One of the things that I really respect about this guy is how he has been somebody that's continuously pushed himself to get mentally tougher by pushing himself physically. Okay. Yeah. So this is a dude who has hit it hard, right? Like if you look at him,
and he's much older now too, right?
Yeah, man, he's like late 40s, early 50s type of thing, right?
Yeah, and he's still going hard. Like he's definitely wired differently from most men, because he'll accomplish something, and he always seems to be looking for something else. He's very motivated by the challenge of doing something difficult.
He is. He totally is.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he talks about is that most people, when they do something physical, right, and when they think they've gotten to the end, they've only done 40% of what they're physically capable of, in his point of view. So let's say you're doing push-ups and you think you can do 20 push-ups.
20.
Right? You really can do more like 50.
Yeah.
You're just quitting because that's how your mind's been conditioned, right?
Yeah.
So to get mentally tough, you really got to push yourself beyond your comfort zone, right? And this is one of the things that I think too many men don't do. They're physical pussies. They're physical pussies, right? There's David Goggins, and this dude is like, he's a beast, right? He's a total fucking beast. But I look at, he really is. But there's other guys in the realm of the physical that have been beasts. There's this Russian wrestler named Alexander Karelin, right?
Okay.
He was in the super heavyweight wrestling division. The guy weighed 290 pounds, and he was ripped at 290 pounds. And when he would wrestle with people, he would ragdoll them, pick them up and throw them around like a ragdoll.
Toss them around.
His wrestling record is 887 wins, 2 losses.
2 losses. Wow.
Yeah, like think about that.
That's crazy.
And there's a picture of him with this crazy ass expression on his face, picking up this really big heavy dude and throwing him. Joe Rogan has made like a metal version of it, and he puts it on his office wall. And he says that he puts it there to remind himself of truly what a pussy he really is, right? Because if you think about it, staying mentally strong, mentally tough is a continuous battle. And it requires doing physical shit, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, but it also requires listening to motherfuckers like Goggins talk about this to push you and inspire you to be better, do better. And I think too many men are fucking pussies because they don't push themselves up. They just don't. They don't do anything to push themselves. So, if you want to do something cool, push yourself fucking physically. What if what you're doing right now was, I'm going to fucking run a marathon, and you've never fucking even run a 5K before in your life, right? That could be something that'll push you fucking out of your comfort zone. And
that's like right out of Goggins' book, right? I don't know about this one, but
exactly,
the other one,
exactly.
Never ran a marathon, just shows up and starts running.
Exactly. And then start speaking to yourself and other people in about being tougher and pushing yourself, because when you teach it to other people, you're teaching it to yourself. Remember Glasser choice theory, that what you teach to others, you will absorb and retain and act upon
90% of it.
95% level versus, what you just read about, you'll do like 10% fucking level.
10%. Yeah.
So you want to be mentally tough, teach other people to be mentally tough. And I think that's very important. Study mentally tough people. Like, I want to study Goggins on this whole mental toughness thing. And I've had friends of mine who are Olympic champions, like Mark McCoy, Donovan Bailey. I haven't talked to Mark in a long time. And I think it's powerful. It's important to have a conversation with people like this. Have a conversation with those who are mentally tough to step up your game. You and I are mentally tougher than most men that we know.
Most men.
We're still probably not as mentally tough as we could or we should be.
No, I'm not going to say probably not. That's more of a definitely not. Could I be a whole lot more mentally tougher and more disciplined? 100%. And I think the other challenge I think that men have in their lives is you know the circles of friends that they keep
Yeah.
will just enable whatever behaviors they are currently putting out there. Like I've never come into a social circle where a man turns to me and says, Arps, you should be fucking making more money, or Arps, you should get a different job or different career path because you're the one you're in is shit, or anything like that. I've never had that, except for the circle that you and I are in, because it's a totally different breed. So for men, I think that's the other challenge too, is they don't seek out to surround themselves with the men they want to be, rather than just keeping the social circles they currently have.
100%.
That's another folly, right? Who was it that said it, like, if you want to ever see what your children are going to be like, just show me their friends and I'll show you who they'll be, kind of thing.
100%, man.
I think that's the challenge.
I wrote a book on mental toughness called Finish Line Thinking, How to Think and Win Like a Champion.
Yeah.
Right? And
yeah,
there are 13 principles that I outlined on how to become mentally tougher, how to be someone with a finish line thinking and a finish line thinker mindset. So the first was to embrace healthy eating as a lifestyle and embrace daily exercise as a lifestyle. The second was to expect to win. And how do you expect to win? You got to fucking prepare more. Most men don't prepare as much as they should. I don't prepare as much as I should. So it's time to fucking up your preparation game. And this is the one that you just said. You got to actively surround yourself with the support you need to win in terms of a team, and then also actively become a part of a community of supportive, like-minded peers. That elevates your mindset, elevates how you think. I think that's super powerful. I think everybody fucking
100%.
needs this. Everybody fucking needs this.
Yeah.
Period, full stop, end of story.
It's always easiest to be a winner in a group of losers, right? So really, the challenge is not trying to be the best of the worst. It's trying to get be the worst of the best, I guess. Because once you reach that kind of a level, others are usually dragging way behind you. And all this stuff. You're right. Like I'll be maybe not the first person to admit it, but I'm not the most disciplined or mentally tough person that I know. But if I stuck simply to the social circles that I've surrounded myself with, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today. Because there's certain disciplines I have in place and challenges I've taken on that have, put me ahead of a lot of the people in my own old social circles. Some of them are still struggling for money to pay for minor expenses. I'm running a business that's doing.
You're running a 7-figure business, man.
Yeah.
Don't be the biggest winner in a group of losers. Be the worst. Be the least accomplished in a group of winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a quote. You can quote that.
Yeah, we will. We'll make that the title for the SMP episode.
The podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good point, right? And I don't know. It's men need to be introspective to a point where you start to notice the things that are happening around you. I know I was actually speaking to one of my other men this morning, and I come to this realization that if my business is going to grow, like, looking for employees is going to be a constant discipline. Like, it's not by the season any longer where I can just hire a few people and then just hope to God that they last. I think the search for people is going to be ongoing from now on. I think that's good. That's probably going to be what my role is going to turn into. Beyond taking higher control of our finances. And that I think that's where it's going to be. You know, something that I've also come to learn the other day too is, you know, I've been pretty diligent on my own personal finances, and my whole portfolio last year created more income than what I paid myself through my business, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not like it's, you know, I don't bring home a crazy amount of money, but I, you know, doubled my income, you know, after years of, you know, being disciplined and living below my means, which is the struggle that 90% of men out there, not men, people in general have. Yeah, it's a sad state. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. So I'm just writing down what's in my book and putting it in men's language rather than the language of business. So if you want to build a mentally tough mindset, you got to optimize your nutrition. You can't be eating shit food. You got to optimize your exercise.
100%.
You got to turn your body into a fucking lean, mean fighting machine. You got to optimize expecting victory. Like you got to get up in the morning expecting to win at shit that you do. You got to build a team of A+ players around you, because most people don't have a team, myself fucking included. My teams are not there or are not well built. And then you got to join a powerful brand of brothers. Like, to
100%.
me, these are the things that fucking make you tough.
Yeah.
And study mentally tough people.
Yes. You know,
right?
Read books from like Think and Grow Rich is a good one, and the other one that we've been reading lately too, The Secret to Think and Grow Rich. Like these are
the Missing Secret.
The Missing Secret. Yeah, the content's fantastic, and it puts you in that mindset of, you know, being a winner. Finding the right circles, 100%. I would say that would almost be like task number one. Find the right circle, because it's not easy. They are out there, but they're not in plain sight. You need to find the right group, and once you get the right group, those men should help you get the rest of it. Get fit, get lean, better. Take better care of your health, because if a man gets sick, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. You know, a healthy man has 1,000 dreams. An unhealthy man has just one: to be healthy.
Yeah, to be healthy.
Right.
Which is true. Yeah.
It's fucking totally true. Totally true.
Yeah.
I believe that too many men today don't fucking do what they need to do to strengthen themselves and become mentally tough. So look, buy Goggins' books. Never Finished is a good one. Can't Hurt Me. That one's excellent. Buy my books, Finish Line Thinking, How to Think and Win Like a Champion. That's fucking good. Yep. Go study guys like Goggins. Go study guys like Fedor Emelianenko, the great UFC fighter. Go study the Russian wrestling legend Alexander Karelin. Fucking incredible how there's so many tough Russians out there. You know, there's some tough motherfuckers, those Russians. And
these Russians, they're the top of the game too, right? I'm sure there's many others, you know, in and around our side of the planet they're doing the same thing. You know, like Jocko Willink, right? He's got good book about, you know, being disciplined and mentally tough, and
extreme ownership. It's good stuff.
Yeah, extreme ownership. That's good shit. And men need to have that, you know, that level of dedication, you know. And it's not that we can't, you know, a man's not gonna fall and make a mistake or whatever. Like shit's gonna happen for sure. But it's, you know, get back up on that horse and get moving again, right? Like, constantly working on bringing that discipline into life. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, Jocko's fucking amazing. I love his work, and I interviewed his business partner on my business podcast, The Thought Leader Revolution, twice. Pete Roberts from Origin USA. I'm wearing an Origin USA fucking hoodie. It's fucking good shit. It's my favorite hoodie right now, actually. It's really fabulous. I believe that finding these men, studying them, really helps take people to the next level. And it's very important for men to do that. Studying mentally tough people is super fucking important. So
I agree.
In the world of being physically tough, there's Goggins, there's Fedor, there's Karelin. In the world of being mentally tough, I mean, I think every man should study Donald Trump, especially after he got shot. Like the way he stood up and fucking went fight, fight, fight after he took a bullet. That was pretty incredible. That was pretty fucking incredible. Yeah. You can learn a lot from someone that mentally tough. I think you can learn a lot from studying Ronald Reagan. He was shot as well. And he fucking kicked the shit out of the Soviets and won the Cold War because of how tough he was in his negotiations with them. And he fired all the air traffic controllers who would not go back to work. He just fucking said, you're gone. That was a badass fucking move, man. That was a badass fucking move. You know, Margaret Thatcher. I mean, the Iron Lady, she was the toughest of the tough, you know?
Yeah. And she was prime minister for a while, right?
Yeah, almost 11 years.
Yeah.
In my opinion, she was the best British leader of the latter half of the 20th century, and she and Churchill were the two best British leaders of the last 150 years, to be sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic lady, supercalifragilistic, awesome, and somebody you can learn from. Somebody you can absolutely learn from. And there's men that say, hey, can you learn something from tough women? Yeah, you can fucking learn something from tough women. If you are smart enough to read about them and study what they have to say.
Yeah, 100%. Hey man, just because she's a woman doesn't mean she can't portray strong masculine traits.
She did. She was tougher than mine. She was tougher than any man I've ever known.
100%. Like that, just because she's a woman doesn't mean she can't have those. Like it's very possible. There's that odd duality in nature where both sexes can flip flop through those idealistic gender roles. So like don't discount it just because she's a woman. I've done martial arts classes before, brother, and there every now and again there was a woman in there that could beat my ass. It don't matter how it happens. That shit can happen.
It really can.
100%.
It really can. So
and men need to find a circle. Like if you're the top, if you're the winner and a loser in a circle full
in a group of losers, if you're the biggest winner in a group of losers, you're in the wrong circle. It's way better for you to be the lead. It's way better for you to be the relative loser in a group of winners.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. So to recap what we've said so far, to forge a mentally tough mindset, you got to optimize your nutrition. You got to optimize your exercise. You've got to have this expectation of victory that comes from preparation, which means you got to fucking prepare. Don't wing it. No. That's what our guest, John Mitchell, said at our Sovereign Circle meeting. Don't wing life. Most fucking people just wing it. Don't wing life. Prepare. That's how you expect to win. Build a team of 80+ players around you because you fucking need that. You absolutely have to have that. 100%. You're not going to get anything done alone. Even people in individual sports like Mark McCoy, even Goggins, all these guys have a team around them, a team that helps them fucking prepare to win. And then be a part of the right circle. Join a band of brothers and make sure that you are in one that constantly elevates your thinking and elevates your game. Finding the right circle is super important. Super important.
Yes. You should be constantly challenged. You should be constantly looking at the men around you and say, who's better at what than me and how do I get to that level? And like if you're looking around and you're the man there with the most success, you're in the wrong place.
You're totally in the wrong place.
100%.
Be constantly challenged. Fucking A.
Yeah. Diet and physical challenge, that just gets your mindset going right because it's the easiest shit on the list to do. And everything else will start to fall in place.
So people always ask me, so what is a good physical challenge for me to take up? Well, if you've never done anything, or you haven't done anything in a long time, and you're not physically strong right now, why don't you start by doing 10 push-ups a day for a month?
Oh, brother,
like if you're someone who does 0, that's a good start. 10 push-ups a day for a month. Right?
If a man's overweight, you're overeating. There's no doubt about it. There's no reason for you to be overweight if you're overeating. The simplest thing could be is just cut back shit. If you're snacking after dinner, cut the snacks out. Cut your portions in half, and you can start with. And then for physical activities, like if you're a desk jockey and then all you do is go from your car to your desk, from your desk to your couch, like go for a fucking walk. There's a whole world out there that can be beautiful in its own regards. Go out there and just walk the streets, walk the parks, whatever. Go walk. Right on. So that's the simplest thing. But
yeah, it is simple. But if you're someone who, works out regularly, 10 push-ups a day is going to be a wimpy challenge for you, right? Like for someone who's doing nothing, it's a huge challenge. But for someone who's working out regularly, you may need to up that and say, okay, what? I'm going to do 100 push-ups a day. I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago, I did 333 push-ups a day for a month because I wanted to do 10,000 push-ups in a month. And I did 10,000 push-ups that month. And actually, it was Goggins who fucking inspired me to do that because he was doing some crazy shit like that, right?
Yeah, I think that's before you started working with Amber, right?
Yeah, it was. And I also had this chin-up challenge where I did like 100 chin-ups a day for a month, which was about 3,000 chin-ups. So at the end of the day, it's less important that, you agonize over what the challenge be. It's more important that the challenge be an actual challenge, that it's hard for you to do, that it forces you to psych yourself up to get it done every day. And it's also more important that you understand consistency is the mother of excellence. Consistency is the mother of excellence. If you're not consistent, you're going to lose. You're going to fucking lose. You don't want to lose. You don't want to be a loser. You want to be a winner, right? And a consistent man is a successful man. An inconsistent man is an unsuccessful man, is a loser.
Yeah. Nobody can trust someone that's a wild card and inconsistent. You need to be consistent. You need to be able to see shit through, and whatever it takes, get to the finish line.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah. So, it's always good to bat around ideas with you on this podcast. It's always good to show men a way to get them to improve, to grow, to be better, to be stronger. And this is a especially fabulous topic because it's the bedrock of all success. To win, you got to be mentally fucking tough. Mentally fucking tough.
Yeah.
Winners are mentally tough. They work on their mental toughness, right? They work on it. It's a daily fucking thing. Like Goggins.
Daily discipline, 100%.
It's a daily discipline. Goggins consistently works on his mental toughness, right? Consistently.
And he's nuts because he'll run like a 5K marathon. And once he finishes that, he'll sign up for a 10K and he'll start training for that. And he'll just keep going. He'll keep going.
5K is nothing for that dude, man. He does ultra marathons. He does 240-mile races at a time.
240 miles. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like he'll finish at 240 and then he'll try and do something else. He'll look for whatever's
even
tougher. Level. And he'll just keep going. Yeah. He's a machine.
He is a machine.
Yeah.
How to forge a mentally tough mindset. Become a fucking machine like Goggins. Be like Goggins. There you go.
Yeah.
100%.
Strong disciplines and, keep goal setting for sure.
1,000%, brother.
Yeah.
Arp, always fun to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, it's been good, man.
All right. And that's a wrap.
Thank you for listening to the Sovereign Man Podcast. If you're ready to take charge of your life and become the man you've always wanted to be, we invite you to join the movement at sovereignman.ca.